like a battery. I'm staying charged on my feet, I'm like a factory. Dropping lines like an assembly. I'm staying on point, it's my strategy.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to ZukaTube, and today we're going to be reviewing Stargirl Season 2, Episode 8, and you guessed it already, the name of this episode is Summer School, Chapter 8. Now, I'm going to play the little promo here. We're going to go right into some summary stuff. I'll play a couple clips, give you my review. We'll go into some spoilers, the whole nine, right? But let's get right into this promo.
I just can't believe you'd keep a secret like this.
They're short, like 20 seconds. Raw Grundy. Not the best CGI, but still entertaining. You can see some things are going down. Dang, doggy. All right, so there's some conflict going on in that. That doesn't really give you much as far as for the rest of the episode, because this is a very Rick and Beth-centered episode. You know, they've been diving into each character individually, as Eclipso has been kind of diving into their lives and breaking down the JSA a little bit at a time, right? So it starts off, right, and you see this is after, you know, Yolanda and everything had her issue in the last episode, and we're all assuming, you know, she ghosted everyone, you know, at this point, at least for a while, right? And it starts off with a woman driving out to a farm to see Rick to apologize to him for accusing him of cheating and providing him with school help, you know, as one of his teachers, and or somebody with the school or whatever from the previous episodes. Now, he goes out to see Grundy after, and he's screaming in the woods, right? And he's pissed about everything that's been going on in his life and all that kind of crap, and Grundy shows up. And then after that, they show Courtney talking to her parents, wanting to apologize for the whole Yolanda thing, and the doorbell rings, and there's a duffel bag with Yolanda's costume in it. So that's assuming she's thrown in the towel for now. She's out of the team, right? And they show Beth getting back in touch with Chuck, and he says he's in the Shadowland, and it kind of cuts out from there, right? And they go back over to Rick, and they show him talking all kinds of emotional crap with Grundy in the woods, and they share apples and shit, and it's like this weird bonding thing, and they show Courtney, right, stashing her costume, Yolanda's costume, in the basement, and then checking on her staff and all upset because it's weak from the attack with Eclipso before and everything. And then after that, it goes over to Beth and her parents, and they're talking about the divorce and stuff like that. And the parents start like turning on her and blaming her for the whole thing, and it's all because obviously Eclipso is messing with her mind. So then, you know, then it transitions, and basically this episode is going back and forth between the characters Beth and Rick, and kind of showing them get corrupted by Eclipso, and then showing everybody else reacting to the situation, you know. So they show Rick, you know, getting word of a bear attack in the woods and seeing trucks going after them and everything, so he starts going towards them, right? And then they show Courtney venting to Pat, you know, about feeling useless right now and stuff, and they get contacted from Rick about this, so they go out to the woods, right? After they get the call from him saying that Grundy needs help and shit. And they don't really know what's going on, but they're going after him. And Courtney just brings her staff out with no disguise or anything. Like, really? It's like, oh, we didn't see any people out here. I'm surprised. And you're like, well, thank God you got the damn Stargirl staff in your hand, you idiot. That's just the start of my problems with this episode. But either way, right? They show Beth just going into Courtney's house with no one home. All right? And Eclipso, boy version, little Brucey, is in there. And he accuses her of stealing the goggles and antagonizing her. And, you know, constantly all these, like, you people comments and this dumb, like, racist pandering in the episode, you know? And then they show, like, Rick finding people in the woods that have been attacked by Grundy, and Grundy, like, taking a small girl, apparently. So they show, like, all kinds of things just kind of breaking down at this point. And this is where things kind of get a little crazy. So I'm going to go into spoilers at this point from here on. But let me just give you my review overall for this episode. I'm going to say this is a solid 3 out of 10. And you don't really know why yet, but I'm going to go into it. You know, I'm going to really get into it here because there's a lot of stuff to unpack. And there's a lot of stuff that I really, really don't like from this episode. And, man, it's just a lot to get into. And okay, so we're just going to get into this. Let's do the spoilers here. Spoilers. Boom, 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 bum, 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 bum. Okay, so with that being said, with this whole like bad rating, this show is going downhill right now, and this episode really threw me off for my interest in this show because it was off to a really good start, right? So the little Brucey's antagonizing her, you know, with these "you people" comments and this dumb racist pandering crap, you know. And they show, you know, Rick finding the people in the woods and everything. And then it goes back to show an illusion where Beth is talking to the men from the original JSA. And there more stuff comes up again. You're the wrong age, you're the wrong gender, the wrong race, you know, all this just garbage crap. So let me just play a clip of that.
I think she is, boys. You don't belong here.
One of these things is not like the other. You're all wrong. Wrong age, wrong gender, wrong color.
Oh my God. This is the cheesiest garbage ever.
Get back here! Stop!
Get back here. I'm so triggered. You know, so like I guess that's an easy way to like trigger some young snowflake kid like this on this show, but I'd rather, you know, some compelling story being fed into this character more, and maybe focusing on the parents and that whole conflict a little better rather than all this like kind of race pandering and gender crap. It's just ridiculous, right? So Rick catches up with Grundy and sees the girl in the water and goes after Grundy, and Pat and Courtney show up after, find the girl, and the girl's an illusion by Eclipso, disappears. It's a trap. Rick starts attacking Grundy, and Beth is still running through Courtney's house because she goes into Courtney's house in this whole illusion, like, and you're just going to hang out in their empty house. You're not going to turn the lights on also. You're going to do all this stuff in her home. Either way, it's so totally weird, right? And they show Courtney and Pat trying to stop Rick, and basically, oh man, it goes back and forth, and from there it goes over right away to Eclipso, like showing up in goblin form and confronting Beth, you know, and then it goes back to Rick and Courtney and everything, and Courtney and Pat like zap Rick with the staff, with what little energy it has, and it snaps him out of it, and he realizes it's his uncle. And, you know, he's damn near pretty much killed his uncle. So I'm going to play a little clip of that here. Bam, he got zapped. He thinks it's Grundy. You see it's Grundy on the screen, obviously, because you're seeing, I guess, what Rick's seeing. Oh, man, it's going to be a sad moment. Hurry up. Turn that camera around. Damn, dude. That ain't right. They did him dirty right there. So obviously this is a really bad scenario because, you know, it ain't gonna go. He ain't just getting away with this whole situation, obviously, right? But either way, that happens, and he bugs out and he smashes the hourglass. So who knows what's gonna happen now? That's a lot that they're gonna have to do to dig him back out of this situation and to redeem him and bring his powers back and all. Who knows what they're gonna do, right? So then after they show Beth like overcoming Eclipso by saying she's chose herself, you know, it didn't matter if anybody chose her, and that she loves being black. What the hell kind of crap is this? Like, before, this guy could just kill people, like, no problem, super powerful, you know, he's so strong, but he gets beaten by the power of identity politics. Okay, dude. Yeah, get out of here with that trash. Here's a clip of that.
That's what you need me to do? Give in to my worst fear? That I'm an outsider? I won't. I'm strong, proud, and I chose myself to be Dr. Midnight. I chose me! Oh yeah, and I love being black.
What the hell kind of weird garbage is that? So, there's that. What the hell is wrong with this episode? There's so much that they could have did that actually made a decent dynamic for her character and the tension between her family and her friends, rather than just going out of the way to do this weird identity politics garbage. Oh my God, like that was just awful, right? They show Rick getting locked up after that, you know, because you can't just get away with that situation, right? Mind you, it's the 4th of July, so there's fireworks, celebrations, everything, the whole deal in the background at certain points, right? They show Sad Grundy. They show Beth getting congratulated by Chuck, you know, for defeating Eclipso. And then they show her talking to her parents, right? And it was all an illusion earlier. And they automatically assume, like, the doubt she's having is because of something that said that must have been, like, racial. So they talk about their, like, racial struggles and blah, blah, blah with the people in the neighborhood and all that. And you're like, clearly you guys are more privileged than the majority of people in the United States here with the way you guys live and your guys' occupation and the entire neighborhood that you live in. Like, what in the hell are you talking about? Oh, my goodness. Like, obviously hard work and perseverance and a strong family bond seemed to get you guys where you were. But you had to just go that whole route and play that garbage in there. You know what I mean? Clearly nothing really got in your way. You guys crushed it. But these are such weird things to put into an episode, and I just don't understand why they did that, because the dynamic of the parents and their jobs and the divorce and the friends and everything that's going on is enough of a story and powerful enough to really get her, you know, character developed very well, and they went this route instead. And man, it was just so corny, man. Then there's a lot of just sad boy stuff going on too, which you know how I feel about that, obviously. So once again, I'm gonna give this a solid like 3 out of 10. You know, again, you get a little clip at the end, right, where Mike and his mom are talking some sad stuff, you know, and they're supporting each other, and the window behind them starts to frost. So hinting Cameron's near and some shit's going to go down. But I do not recommend this episode at all. I think it was a heap of garbage, and I really, if it goes any more into some garbage like this and pushes any of this like weird pandering nonsense, I'll be out of this show quick, because the show was off to an amazing start, and this is just a little like way off the beaten path of the amount of energy and consistency they've had. But once again, 3 out of 10. Don't recommend this episode. You could just skip this one and watch a recap or something on the next one. But either way, tune in to next week for the next review. Zuka2 out.
Feel like they tracking me. Yo, let me get on one. Not go get your tracks up. Homie, can I steal some? Homie, you can't stack up. My brother, can you shout me? You're barking up the wrong tree. My dog, why do you doubt me? Cause you can't do shit without me.
Real like the radio and never play it, but that's cool. The enemy's supposed to hate it.